Welcome to Botox at the Bar. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Nurse Liz.
And we are the co-owners of Botox Bar in Maple Grove, where shots and beauty mingle. So today we'll be discussing our radio frequency devices called Evolve Evoke by InMode, and they use radio frequency and heat for body contouring, facial contouring, and facial and skin tightening. They are really the state of the art for devices and technology. So we're excited to go down the path of understanding the differences between Evolve Evoke, why they work so well, and how you can utilize them here at Botox Bar. We are not giving medical advice on our podcast, so please consult with your doctor. Everything we say here is our opinion and our opinion only. Our clients love these treatments because they are comfortable, they can actually relax while they're having them done, and there's no downtime. So Nurse Liz, we are excited to hear from you and for our audience about how do these devices work? What is Evolve? What is Evoke? How are they different and how are they similar? So actually, let's start with how are they similar?
Okay, so Evoke is for the face and Evolve is for the body. The paddles look a little bit different. The facial device, there's a device that goes underneath your chin. I can show them in just a minute.
Sure.
And that will help tighten up this under chin and destroy this fat under here. And then we have another device that goes around and gets the jawline. So when you use these devices for the Evoke for your face, you're going to want to use both because you're going to get this chiseled out effect underneath your jaw, tightening of the skin. And who doesn't want a nice crisp jawline and
that
tightening
definition.
The definition.
That's what people are looking for.
Exactly. They both use radio frequency and heat. The body has more paddles. They're paddle form
for the Evolve.
For the Evolve.
Okay.
Yep. That one you can do tight, which would tighten your skin. You can do tone, which tones the muscle, or you can do transform, which does both.
Ooh, that's why
right.
Wouldn't you want to do both, right?
Exactly. And the treatments are usually about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're using tone, it's 30.
Okay.
Yeah. You probably can't take it for longer than that. That
right.
one, yeah.
Right.
It gets a little intense.
Well, I know when we first purchased these devices, we brought them into the clinic. We were so excited because it's just another level of treatment or services that we couldn't do with injectables.
Exactly. And so when you're using these devices, you can decide where you want the paddles, where do you want the skin tight, where are you trying to dissolve the fat. There's different settings that we can do to make it comfortable for you. And if you can handle more, you can get a more, in-depth, more deeper treatment.
Oh, sure.
But all of the treatments work. It's just a matter of what you can handle. We want it to be comfortable for you.
Yes, yes. And I think the big thing, too, that our audience should know is it's a hands-free treatment, meaning we kind of set it and forget it. Not that we forget you in the room, but,
but
a lot
you
of our
can relax
clients will,
and
take a nap, they'll read their emails, or they'll just relax and
right.
And
some of them want the light. And honestly, it's a nice warm, you get a warmth with it.
Yes.
And it is relaxing. You're laying there and you just fall asleep. I've actually taken a nap on that table.
Yeah. It's so nice to be able to do that.
I know, exactly.
It's your me time for sure.
Yeah.
So let's kind of go into the structure of the treatment. So
yes.
I want to get, I have a double chin. Let's say I want more of a jawline. Let's just go down Evoke. What do I do? How does this work? What are all the things I need to know?
So it's radio frequency and heat. So the radio frequency will go in and disturb the tissue again to make your body build collagen, right? And then the heat is actually tightening your skin. Okay. It's done from the outside in. It's non-invasive, so there's no needles or anything. That would be morpheusate. So all we do is we use a conductivity gel on there, and then we place the paddles and we set the machine to whatever your treatment is, and we just go up from there. There's a heat that we want to reach. It's 43 Celsius.
Okay.
So you want to stay between 41 and 43 Celsius is going to be the heat that's
burning.
needed. No, it's not burning, and the gel prevents that also.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah. And so that treatment will be for 45 minutes. And you just 30 to 45 minutes. Some people can't handle 45 minutes, and some people don't need it.
Right.
A
You
lot.
get a good one with just
Right.
30 minutes because it's almost like it's not more, they always think, oh, more time is going to be better. It's like not necessarily
No.
the truth.
No.
You kind of get to that point of the full treatment is usually 30 minutes.
Yes.
So going to 45 is not going to do more.
Right.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the Evoke is fast. It works fast. People can start to see results after a couple treatments.
Yeah.
And by the 6th treatment, and just remember, you're building collagen for up to a year.
Yes.
And at 6 months, you're really going to see things.
Yeah.
But you start to see it. We have clients that have noticeable change after 2 treatments.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you do want to finish the treatments and get the full 6 because that is what they recommend. So you want to get the full,
protocol.
that's the protocol, and you want to follow that because that's going to give you the best building of collagen results over the year. Mm-hmm.
So let's look at what the device looks like.
Yeah. Okay, so this little thing here is going to sit up underneath your, under your chin, like such.
Okay.
And
so you're going to put it under your chin.
And
you're
then
going
this will go around your head.
Okay.
These are the bars that are distributing the radio frequency and the heat. And so this will be placed where you need it the most.
So right on. And the heat kind of expands. So it's
It
not
does.
like it's just at one little spot.
No.
It does
But
create
that's
a ball.
why, but this is why, right, it's getting right under here mostly, but this is why we say use both the chin and the cheek, because the cheek is going to come like this and all the way back.
Yes.
So you're going to get all that. We can show them that.
Yep.
Okay. So as you can see, this little contraption sits on top of your head and prevents this from sliding around. And it's very fitted, tight. And these little pads on the side is where the actual radio frequency and heat are distributed from.
And
that will go right here, down, and then back. And it'll distribute that right all along here and chisel out this jawline.
So people with jowls, will that help with that?
Yes, it will help with that.
What about deeper marionette lines?
Yep, it helps with all of it. I always say, if you are on the cuff as to what to do, you always want to start with this device before your fillers. You still may need fillers. This might not do it 100%, depending on how much damage is done to your skin and how much elasticity you've lost and collagen you've lost. But this is going to give you a good start, and then you can add your fillers because you're going to need less for sure.
Ah, okay.
So you'll save yourself some money that way, and then this will continue to build collagen for you up to a year, and then you'll have the filler in there in the meantime.
Okay.
So yeah, it's amazing. It works very well with that, the chin. And so yeah, sits on like that. It's a little awkward, but people don't complain once it's on.
Yeah, and then you just sit there. And,
right.
Yeah, you're not having big conversations because
you're not going to want to be talking when you're on these devices on the face because they're set, and then if you talk, they can move and things, and it's a little sloppy because it does have the gel on there. So you're going to want to just relax and be kind of quiet when you have these on. Now the body's a different story. We can do more things when we have the body on because that's on your belly, on your butt. If you want to lift your butt, you can tone your butt. It lifts up. You can tighten your belly. You can, it will somewhat heal some of the scarring, but it's not made for that. It's more made for tightening. Okay. If you want healing of scarring or stretch marks, that would be Morpheus 8.
Okay. Now, what are the contraindications for just Evoke? And I'm sure they're really kind of for both. Yeah. Evolve, Evoke, but let's start with that just to kind of talk through what are meaning when I say that, like who's not a candidate for this?
Well, somebody that has cancer in that area is not a candidate. Somebody who has an autoimmune disease, it could flare that up.
Okay, so cancer, autoimmune.
Right.
Okay.
If you have burnt skin, tan skin, you're going to want to be careful you need healthy, happy tissue.
Sure. What about skin tone? Can I be Fitzpatrick, meaning light to dark? How does it not matter?
You can do anything on the body.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about Fitzpatrick. It's the face that's more
So Evoke,
concerning.
we got to really look at that.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. The darker skin, because you're doing radio frequency and heat, it can make it darker.
It could make it darker.
Yeah.
Yep. So you got to be careful about that.
Okay. But on the body, it doesn't necessarily.
On the body, it doesn't matter because it just works differently on the body than it would be on your face.
Sure.
Plus, if you get a little darker spot on your body, you're probably not going to care as much as you would if it's on your face.
Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely. Okay. What about metal? Having metal
No,
somewhere?
you cannot do it with metal.
So if I have fillings, I can do it.
You can do it with fillings. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of zinger where those fillings are, so we'll have to put some cotton down there
Or gauze or something
to prevent that from.
Okay.
Yeah. So people with fillings can sometimes feel it where the heat goes to those fillings.
So if you have any metal in your mouth at all.
But if you have a jaw, like some people have had jaw surgery and they've got metal plates or screws or whatever, they are not a candidate for this. They can't do it.
Yep. It's just too much. Yep.
Yep. You cannot do it. You can't do it over areas where there's metal parts.
Okay. And that's why we have a consultation. We ask those questions of our clients and make sure we understand all the things so before we treat our clients.
Exactly.
To make sure they're a good candidate, they're going to have a good result. And results, as you say, they vary. Now with Evoke, you tend to see them faster because it's a smaller area.
Well, it's less tissue.
Yes.
To get through. The Evolve has to work much harder, and people don't have the patience sometimes for that. But remember, you're going through a lot more tissue and muscle, and you're going, you know what I'm saying? And fat.
Yes.
You have a lot more to get rid of in your body than you do on your face most of the time.
But I will say the clients I've seen that, gone through the Evoke, all 6 treatments, it blows my mind.
Right.
How much thinner they look here, and there's the definition.
Exactly.
The lifting of the face, it looks like a facelift on some levels because it really shrinks this up. It tightens this area up.
Right.
It's fantastic.
It is
I'm really impressed with the results with the Evoke.
Right.
So, and the pricing on it, it's really reasonable. So whether if you're doing chin only, it's $400 a treatment. If you're doing cheek only, $400 a treatment. Now, so if you're doing both, that would be $800 to do both. Then you do half hour of each, so about an hour. You'd be here to do both. But what we offer you is a package special so that you could do them together. So first of all, you need 6 treatments. So if you're just going to do chin, and then 6 of chin, it's only $2,400 to do the chin or $2,400 to do the cheek. Now, if you want to do both, instead of it being $4,800, it's only $3,600.
Right.
So you get a much better deal to do
Right.
all 6, both of them come in, and it should be once a week, same time, same day.
Yeah, it's very, very important. This is the criteria. If you do not have the time to come once a week, every week, this is not the treatment of choice for you because you won't see the results that you want. You are building. This is a treatment that builds on each other.
Yeah.
So you have to. It's a must. Come once a week or you're just wasting your money.
Otherwise, you have to start over.
Right.
I mean, then you're going to buy another, a couple more. So let's say you've been going 3-4 weeks in a row and then you miss a week.
Yes.
Now you need to buy another couple
package
to start over because you're missing out on that. So we really work with the schedules. So you might not be able to do it right now. Let's find a 6-week block in your life. And then let's book it. So we're not rushing you into this.
Exactly.
We just want to make sure you get all 6 weeks in.
Remember, if you are not a candidate for this, if you don't have the 6 weeks to donate to this, you can always do Morpheus 8.
Yep.
That's less time commitment.
Yes.
As far as weekly, you don't have to come in every week. You can come in every 6 weeks and get a treatment, right? So it's easier on someone's schedule. So if that's the case, we have that too.
We have that option. So if you want to know more about Morpheus 8, you can watch or listen to our podcast called Needling for Youth.
Yes.
So look up that episode that really goes into Morpheus 8, what that is. And research the name Morpheus 8 and Google it, if you will. Right. You'll be blown away at the before and afters as well.
Exactly.
Same with Evoke and Evolve. Check those out. Research it. We dare you to research it. Because you'll be blown away by the results. So you don't need to have surgery. You don't need to have lipo. No. You don't need to be doing all these crazy and more invasive, painful procedures to reduce a double chin or lift or reduce the jowls or
Right.
marionette lines and to really chisel this out. So Evoke is a wonderful option. So let's go into Evolve. So as we're talking about Evolve or Evoke, you'll see that Evolve has very similar things. Same
Right.
contraindications, no cancer, no
They
autoimmune.
the paddles just look different. And it
Yes.
hasn't, you can put them in different areas. You can do
Yeah.
your legs, you can do your arms, you can do your belly, you can do your butt.
Yeah.
I mean,
You just want it. That's why we
Anywhere.
call this. Can I put this everywhere? Can I do my face and my entire body? Yeah.
yeah, you can. You can.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
And
let's look. You want to look at the paddles?
Sure, let's look at the paddles.
Okay. So we'll start with tight. This was the original.
So there's
these are
8
tight.
paddles. Yep, there's 8 paddles. They each have 3 bars on them. You can put they're held together with a Velcro belt, and you can put them. If you only need 3 down on the lower area of your abdomen, you can put the up here. You can put wherever you need them. We will use all these paddles.
Yes, we will use them up. So like I've had it done where, so we put the conductivity gel on those metal plates, and then I've had across my stomach, and then I would have 2 on each arm.
Yeah.
So I do 4 across my stomach, 2 on each arm, and I'm tightening all at the same time.
All at the same time.
So this is tight because
But
it
the only
literally
problem
is tightening.
right,
the skin.
and the only problem with doing it on different body parts like that is you might be able to take more energy on like your belly than you would your arms, so it kind of limits. So if you have a bigger area to do, you want to make sure that you don't limit that area by putting it on something that doesn't have as much tissue,
Yeah,
because you
that's a
won't
good
be able to
point.
go as high.
Yes.
Otherwise, we don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care where you have it.
So
as
you
long
get
as there's
you
a
get
paddle,
45
you get it.
minutes on this.
Yes.
So whatever you can get, wherever they can go for 45 minutes, but you want to do the same spots once a week for 6 weeks.
treatments
Now, if
before
you want to then
switch.
go to the other side of your body, like your butt or the
Right.
back of your legs, or the flanks or whatever in the
Right.
back, then then that's another 6 weeks. And we'll talk about membership for Evolve, because it tends to be once you do one area,
You
you'll
wanna
want to
keep
do
going.
another. You want to keep going, or you feel like you need more than 6 on a certain area,
Right.
just because it might be a larger area to cover.
Right.
We can do, let's say, 8 on that area,
And it's
then
not
go to
harmful.
another one.
It's not harmful. You can keep going. This isn't
Yeah.
going to hurt you at all.
It's not going to hurt you. Okay, so that's
that's the tight. Let's look at the tone next.
Okay, so tone.
So tone does not use radio frequency. This is a muscle device. This is using
Muscle stimulation.
stimulation. Yes. So it doesn't doesn't have
it's a
heat or
splint thing.
anything. It's just going to stimulate your muscle.
Yep.
The paddles are quite large, so you have to have an area large enough to use them in.
Right.
And this is the most intense treatment, I think, is tone.
Yes, because you're really building that muscle.
Yeah. And so if you are a heavier person and you come in and say you want to do tone, I would discourage you till you get rid of some of the fat. We need to get the fat removed first, because the tone, when it's going through the fat, it's more painful.
Yeah.
The less fat you
The
have,
leaner you are.
the leaner you are, the easier that is. If it can just get to the
Yes.
muscle and stimulate the muscle, that's the best. It
Yep.
doesn't hurt as much. But when you're trying to go through layers of fat tissue, it hurts.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a really good point. And we put conductivity gel on the bars there. And we
Yeah.
can always add more if you
Yep.
feel a little zing. But I noticed, that's a good point what you say. So there's 4 paddles for this. So
Right.
I had it where I had 2.
Yeah, because you have a tiny
I
little.
had 2 on my stomach, but then we tried to do my arms. But look at how big this is.
It's too big.
It wasn't connecting totally.
So you could do one on each of your thighs or whatever.
Yes.
You can move the other 2 at some other place.
Exactly. But this is like doing 288,000, it's 288,000 pulses per minute
Right.
on these. So it's equivalent on your stomach of doing 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes.
Right.
20,000 sit-ups. Now you're not going to be sore, right?
No, you
Because
won't be a
that's the
sore
big
because
one, too.
yeah, because InMode has designed this so that it gets the muscle and then relaxes. Gets the muscle, relaxes. So with that happening, that's why you're less sore.
Because the lactic acid has time to clean out.
Yes, exactly.
So you're not feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't move the next day.
Exactly.
You don't feel like
You
that
don't
at
feel
all.
like that.
And we've had clients use this on their, like on their legs. Like we had a client that she had broken her leg, and she just got done. The cast is off now, but that one leg was atrophied.
Right.
And it was
she
weaker.
Needed to get those muscles built back up.
We built up that leg again. So that one side, we just went for it.
Right. Because it's hard. It's hard to rebuild those muscles on one side.
You need to go through rehab and all that. That's still a smart thing to do. But this just gets you there faster.
Right. Exactly. It strengthens the one muscle.
Yes.
Now, the next paddles are your transform. This is both tone and tight in one paddle. The paddles are smaller, so you can get them in areas a little bit better than you can tone.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That will
so
fit
if you
on my
have
arm
it
now.
right, and if you have an area that has a little excess fat and you want tone, this would be your choice here.
Yes.
Because this is going to help get rid of that fat, tighten the skin, and it's
and build
not
the muscle.
You're right, but these are let's just make it clear, these are not. They're not the best choice for fat dissolving. They're more for skin tightening and toning. If you want to melt fat, you're going to want Morpheus 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because we got tools in our toolbox to make this happen.
Yeah.
And how long are you on these? So there's 6 paddles.
Right. You're on for 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And am I muscle the whole time or am I tight?
No, muscle stops at 30 minutes.
So
we
it's
only
still
do
just
muscle
like the tone.
stimulating for 30 minutes.
Okay. So,
right.
So muscle, tone, or transform is 30 minutes. Tight you can do 45 minutes on.
Right.
And then these you do 45 minutes total, but 30 of them you're doing muscle stimulation.
Right. And then the 45 minutes is total tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, which is great.
Yeah.
And these, like you said, you can put them anywhere. I've seen them do.
They're smaller and easier to use.
Yeah, the back fat area, butt for sure.
Right.
Under the and then the above the knees.
Yeah.
And building that up and lifting that up.
Yeah, you can wrap your knee in these paddles
Yes.
and just tighten that skin. It's
Yep,
nice.
and lift it up like the mom knees is a thing. And I know Morpheus 8 can help with that too.
Yes, it can.
So if you can combine this with Morpheus 8 too.
I say you should combine it with Morpheus 8. So in your Morpheus 8 treatments, you're going to come every 6 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in between, you can come in and use this.
Wow. So
and it is going to bring it to the next level.
You can transform your body.
That's why they're called Transform. That's what it's doing. It's going to transform.
That's amazing. And with Evolve, because there's so many cool things you can do with it, we have found that a membership program or plan is probably the best option because it's the same price as Evolve or Evoke. It is $400 per modality. So a modality, for example, for Evoke would be chin or cheek. So it's either the chin or the cheek. Those are 2 different modalities, $400 for each if you're just buying one at a time. And then for these, we have tight, tone, or transform. Each one would be $400 per treatment. So what we have come up with is a membership plan for $1,000 for the month. You come in once a week, same day, every week, and you get a treatment of either one of them. So you get whatever you can get in an hour.
Exactly.
So usually people do transform or they're just focusing on tone. They'll do a half hour in one area, half hour in another area to get their hour in. But it's $1,000 a month. That's probably the best deal of all of it.
Right. Because you're going to get 4 weeks worth of treatments, 4 to 5 weeks worth of treatments for $1,000 versus 2 treatments for $800.
Exactly. And there is a 3-month minimum. So it is 3-month commitment, but now you're going to be able to do, because in 3 months you have 12 weeks.
Yes.
So you're going to be able to do 2 areas, 6 weeks in one area, 6 weeks in another area. So you'll get that for the $3,000 total.
Right.
And we do accept Cherry, which is a payment plan, and Care Credit. Otherwise, we'll do credit card or cash
too. Credit cards and cash.
Exactly. Yeah. And we love cash.
Yeah,
cash is king.
Yeah.
Or credit card. So we offer all these things. Some people do if Evoke is available. This is just for Evoke. When you are a member for Evolve, if Evoke is sitting there and no one's on it, you can use it for $200 for either one of the modalities, like a chin or a cheek.
Exactly.
So that is
a great
an option.
Deal that we offer.
Yes. So it's just by appointment. It happens. If it happens to be available, then you can use it then.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
So we have options, right?
Right. There's something for everybody here, right?
That's right. So if you're interested in Evoke or Evolve or both, you can schedule a consultation on our website, or you can call us at 763-205-6952. And we will get you set up with one of our practitioners for a consultation. And you can probably even get a service right then and there if you know for sure you really want to do this and you are a great candidate for it. We can probably get you on the device that day.
Right.
Yeah.
If they don't have anybody scheduled, and if it works out, they would be
if it
happy
works
to do
out.
that.
Otherwise, we'll just get your scheduled out. You know, if you can't do the 6 weeks right away, we'll schedule it out for you right then and there, so you can have peace of mind knowing you got all your bookings
appointments made.
Yep, exactly.
And you're on the path to contouring your body.
Exactly. So I hope this helped you today on our podcast. We love Evolve Evoke, and I think it's a great complementary to each other, but I also think it's great with Morpheus8.
Exactly. That's the king right there.
Yes, yes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening, and be sure to download our app to save time and money.